New Lands by Charles Hoyfort, Part 2, Chapter 31J. In Chapter 10 of his book, Wonders of Alaska, Alexander Badlam tries to explain. He publishes a reproduction of Willoughby's photograph. It is the same as Bruce's, except that all buildings are transposed, or are negative in positions. Badlam does not like to accuse Willoughby of fraud. His idea is that some unknown humorist had sold Willoughby a dry plate, picturing part of the city of Bristol. My own idea is that something of this kind did occur, and that this photograph, greatly involved in accounts of repeating images, had nothing to do with images. Badlam then tells of another photograph. He tells that two men, near the Muir Glacier, had, by means of a pan of quicksilver, seen a reflection of an unknown city somewhere, and that their idea was that it was at the bottom of the sea near the glacier, reflecting in the sky, and reflecting back to and from the quicksilver. That's complicated. A photographer named Tabor then announced that he had photographed this scene, as reflected in a pan of quicksilver. Badlam publishes a reproduction of Tabor's photograph, or alleged photograph. This time, for anybody who prefers to think that there is, somewhere in the sky of Alaska, a great, unknown city, we have a most agreeable photograph. Exotic-looking city, a structure like a coliseum, and another prominent building like a mosque, and many indefinite, mirage-like buildings. I'd like to think this photograph genuine, myself, but I do conceive that Tabor could have taken it photographing a panorama that he had painted. Badlam's explanation is that images of glaciers are common in Alaska, and that they look architectural. Some years ago, I read 500 or 600 pounds of literature upon the Arctic, and I should say that far-projected images are not common in the Arctic. Mere looming is common. Badlam publishes a photograph of the mirage of Muir Glacier. The looming points of ice do look Gothic, but they are obviously only loomings, extending only short distances from primaries, with no detachments from primaries, and not reflecting in the sky.